Alright, so I want to show you a debugging thing that's going to happen to just about every student. Okay, well, when you import an object into the UDK, okay, it's just source reference to your hard drive in some cases. It's in a project called a UPK, but it's also sourced on your hard drive. In other words, UDK knows where it's at. It could be on your desktop, it could be in your saved folder on a shared drive on your network, whatever you started with, however you imported it from, that's where it goes. So case in point, if I ever wanted to find these static meshes, I could right click on it and say source, find and explore, and there it is. It's in one of these. It didn't really highlight it, and that's why I always keep everything very well named. But that one is called Cree. So let's see what happens. Let's rename this to 4. Okay. Let's right click on this and say re-import static mesh. Oh, we can't find it. Where is it at? Alright, well, the student would have to know exactly what the name is that they renamed it to. So, moral of the story, do not rename your meshes, or you will not be able to re-import them. I'm just going to rename that back. Hit enter, and then I can go back here and say re-import static mesh. The mesh is, you are about to input before, do you want to continue? Yes, I want to re-import it. See, now it finds it, as long as you knew what the original name was. So don't move them and don't rename them, unless you know where they're going to be. Alright, so here's a mesh right here that is got the normals reversed on it. This one has to be repaired. In order to repair this, I would have to open up Maya, I would have to reverse the normals, and then I would have to re-import it back into the thing. Now keep in mind, this has been a couple days later, and I might not have Maya open. So let's close out Maya altogether. And first off, I could do this. I could right click and say source, find and explore. Okay, and that's called Plank. So I look for the one that says Plank, and I can right click on that and say open with, and it says, do you want to select what program? Now it's better to do this. It's better to go into Maya and open your original Maya file. That way all the materials stay on it, all the channels stay onto it. So again, you would have to have saved those. I've had students save or not save those in the past, and they had to redo most of their project. So let's open scene, and let's open up that one right there. Now remember, I had placed everything on layers. I did that for a reason, and I used the same name I did back in the engine. So here I'm just looking for Plank. There it is. I turn on the visuals, click on it, mesh or normals, reverse, click back on it, file, export selection. Go into meshes and export it right to that name. Replace it. And I usually just shut it off. I'll keep this open just in case I have any more that need to be reversed. I'll go back into the UDK, right click here and say re-import static mesh. Don't forget to save. That's another thing most of the time gets forgotten. So double check all your meshes to make sure none of the normals are reversed on them. If you have any problem, now is the time to fix them. Here's this one right here, small brick wall. Okay. On one side of the mesh, the brick is correct. On the other side, not so correct. So I would have to go in and repair that in Maya. So that's small brick wall. So take some time, do that to all your meshes, make sure everything is perfect before we go on.